What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. For those of you who have watched the last video on episode 1 here at Wharf Aquatics, in today's video we're going to be doing a more in-depth video on their tropical fish house. So let's head inside and let's check it out. So here we go into the tropical fish house on our deep dive video. Now for those of you who saw episode 1, you would have seen we've done a brief tour on this room and also their saltwater marine room, their cold water room and their dry goods here at Wharf Aquatics. But now we're going to be taking a deep dive into this tropical fish room. So first up we are greeted with these massive tanks, 8 foot by 3.5 foot deep by 2.5 foot tall, home to some mini marble stingrays and a Hystrix stingray you can see at the back, and this stunning the stunning African arowana. Now that fish has got to be a good 3 foot long, one of their store pets. Now moving down, we've got a selection of Oscars, and these Oscars are actually paired up, spawned, and raising a clutch of eggs. These are really, really big Oscars. We've got a few plecos in this aquarium as well. Now this is mainly their shrimp rack. We've got some rocket gars up the top, as you can see there. One of my favourite freshwater fish are gars. Personally haven't kept any, but would like to one day. Got some really, really nice different shrimps. So we've got rilly shrimps, some tiny little plecos in here, and get some focus on those guys. Some gold laser cories. Beautiful cory. And lots of different Cardinia shrimps. Got some orange rillies, some red rillies, some gold stripes, sakuras. A real nice big selection of different shrimp on this system. And then we're going to head over and look at some more of their oddballs over here. So these guys are really, really interesting. The humphead glassfish, very unique species. We've got some golden nugget plecos in there as well. Now you will see there will be lots of cories and lots of plecos dotted around the tanks. Some lovely peacock bass here. Pinamar peacock bass, they're probably about 2.5 to 3 inches. And then these are absolutely beautiful catfish. We've got some Telgolsi birches in here as well. If I just angle the camera down there, you'll probably be able to see a few under the wood. And if you're wondering what the name of those catfish are, you've got the Latin there on the tank for you. Just check out the colours and the body shape of those, very, very interesting. Now we've got some really small flagtails in this tank and some large Brochis Corydoras. Another one of those really unique looking catfish. Lots of different plecos. Now I'm really not clued up on my L numbers, but I'm sure those of you who are really enjoy seeing the different species they've got. Lima shovel nose. There we go with some sunshine plecos on the wood behind these albino. I think they are they threadfin coral or redhead tapajos? See those sunshines there. Now I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot of the oddball species, but I'm going to try my best to capture as many on camera. Here's an absolutely amazing one. The African lungfish. And you can see the price there, £45 each. Now, as you'll notice in the video, all of the different tanks are filtered by sponge filters. So So that's going to help separate from any issues that they've got with the fish, help pin down any parasite problems potentially, and keep all of these fish separated, not cross-contaminated. These catfish are really awesome. I'm not sure on the species. Really unique. And then we've got some royal clown knifes just next door. Moving up, we've got some vulture catfish. Lovely, lovely fish, brilliant pattern to them. They get quite large, but nothing too excessive. And then we've got some of the Hystrix or Wallacei stingrays up top. And there is a pufferfish just in here. I believe that is a Mabu. Probably around 12 inches or so. And then check out these guys, the driftwood catfish. He's probably around 10 inches or so, just chilling out at the front of the tanks. This pleco is absolutely awesome. Huge, probably 12 inches or so, and we've got some striped dollars here. So we're now into the main chop house, and they're actually going to be feeding some of the abba knife fish. So they're actually taking pellets, which is absolutely amazing. A very ferocious fish, and one you probably shouldn't keep with any other species. Oh, yeah, I saw them take one of the pellets, and you can see next to them they've got some different flower horns, from the Thai silks to the red dragons. We've got another abba next door. Wow, hand feeding, absolutely amazing. So we're gonna keep heading around the main fish house and check out some more of the species they've got. Trying to highlight some of the more of the oddballs they've got. So we've got some really unique looking plecos in this tank. Check out the spotting on those. Lots of different tiger barbs, platies. Now I'm going to try my best not to dwell on the sort of standard bread and butter fish too long. I'm going to keep pointing out those oddball species that we see at Wharf Aquatics, because that's really what they specialise in. Loads of different live bearers though. Tuxedo platies, marigold swordtails, balloon mollies, red cherry platies. And you'll be able to see you've got one tank down on the floor, second level, third level, fourth level, and then fifth level up the top. So you can see it's going to be very challenging to get all of the fish in this video. Got some nice dove eye up top here. And then we've got some really nice gold psalms. Some big angels in this top tank. And then check out these angels just in here. You would have seen these in the first video. Some lovely giant African fan shrimp in these tanks. Real oddball invertebrate alongside these nice angels. And then we've got some really big bamboo shrimp. We've got some African or Congo frogs in here, African clawed frogs. And some yellow spiny eels. You can see dotted around the driftwood in these aquariums. Some lovely cynodontis just chilling in a group in this aquarium. And check out these guys. These, I believe, are a species of cynodontis on the sponge filter at the back there. Now moving around the side, we've got some pink-tailed chalceus in this tank. We've got some Congo tetras in here. Some female fighters. And then we've got some camphor flower horns up top. They're really, really nice. And then, a lovely oddball species is the red-tailed barracuda, which you really do not see very often at all. And these look really, really healthy specimens. Absolutely amazing. I'd love to keep some barracuda one day. Very, very healthy looking fish. And a very, very hard fish to keep and get looking that healthy. Then moving on, we've got some chili red Oscars. We've got some Florida gar. And then down to the Lirius pictus. Absolutely beautiful pictus catfish. Probably about 12 inches, but just check out the whiskers, the pattern on that fish, absolutely stunning. We've got some different, I believe these are rams, maybe Bolivian ram. Some gold rams in here, some bronze cories, and then check out these albino red autumn angels. They're absolutely beautiful. Really nice size, adult size, stunning fins, all coming straight to the front for a bit of food. Some different catfish here. We've got the African wide head catfish. If we can try and pan down to him. And lots of different tetras. We're going to cover that section of the shop in just a moment, but I just want to head into their sort of fighter section and African cichlid section that I glossed over in the first video. Huge range of different fighters, some lovely kois, veil tails, super deltas, lovely red super delta there, half moons. And once again, all of the tanks being filtered by those sponge filters. Now, I am filming on a Thursday, so we're getting close to the weekend. So the tanks are all getting cleaned. So if some of the tanks are looking a little bit dirty, it's because they're all getting cleaned, ready for the weekend, getting all their maintenance done, getting all the new stock in. It's obviously nice and quiet for me to get you guys a really nice tour around Wharf Aquatics. That's a stunning koi we've got just down there. Beautiful black, red, blue. And there's another really, really nice koi just here. Now moving around, got a lovely flower horn here. A hairy puffer. Very funny looking fish. And then we've got a wolf fish, very, very aggressive fish from the Amazon. A few other species down here. We've got some really nice channa, some different snake heads, and then another super red dragon flower horn. I believe this guy might have a little bit of algae growing in his tank, but no issue to the fish there. And then we've got another lungfish, which you would have seen at the beginning of the video. Don't think he is for sale, he's just under a bit of treatment, recovering from an injury. Now it is really good, as I've said, that all of these tanks are separated, because if they've got any issues with any of these fish, they can run a treatment through, take them off sale, and it's not going to affect any of the other fish that you are buying. Now here is the African cichlid section. A massive selection of different fish, so many different species, from your Alorna cara, your haps, your peacocks, your mbuna, shell dwellers, tropheus, fish from Lake Malawi, Lake Tanganyika. Now there are hundreds and hundreds of tanks at this shop, and I'm not sure how many tanks are in the tropical fish house, but I don't see why there's no reason to have at least 300 tanks here. So it is going to be very difficult to film all of those fish, but I'm trying to do as in-depth tour as I can. Now these fish I've never seen before. So these to me look like a yellow lab, but they're actually white in colour. I've just noticed here, they are Libidochromis sorellus, so they are a yellow lab, but they are a white variant. Very, very interesting fish, especially if you are an African cichlid lover. Got some nice Synodontis in this tank. Some Cynotilapia afra. Some Demasoni, very aggressive Mbuna species of African cichlid. Now we are getting to a noisy pump, so I apologise if there is any background noise behind me. Now it's been a long time since I've kept African cichlids, so I'm definitely not keeping up with all of the names. I know quite a few of them. Got some nice red zebras here and some Cynotilapia. These guys are really, really beautiful colour, lovely red-orange colour to them. And then you've got the standard yellow labs down in this section here. Some Ballii and some strawberry peacocks up in this tank here. Got some really small blue dolphins in this aquarium, yet to develop that big hump on the head that they get. And then we're heading into some of what I believe are the Lake Tanganyikan fish. Now you've got some Neolampologus lelupi, which are the bright yellow fish. You've got some Tropheus de Boise, very, very striking colour to those, and some lovely Synodontis granulosus. Beautiful, beautiful type of Synodontis. Got a little, I believe that is a black widow frontosa. Some more Tropheus. And up top we got some peacocks. Got some nice shell dwellers. Really, really big selection of African cichlids. Probably one of the biggest selections I've ever seen in a shop. I would say this is just the African cichlid room. We've probably got easily 60, 70 aquariums in this section alone. And each tank's got a nice little aquascape to it, nice and simple for the team to keep nice and clean here at Wharf Aquatics, but also give the fish some space to hide, a bit of refuge. Some lovely Synodontis petricola there, absolutely beautiful catfish. Probably my favourite species of Synodontis. We've got some baby Synodontis petricola here, absolutely stunning. So that is the African cichlid section. Haven't managed to capture every tank, but I've given a sort of brief overview of those. Let's head back into the main trop house and check out more of the oddballs they've got. So we haven't covered this side just yet. We've got some different apistogrammas. Got some Agassiziis here, alongside some gold neon tetras. Some more of the wild type female fighters. Got some cockatoides, Apistogramma cockatoides, lovely orange to the tail there. Some ember tetras here. Guanacara, really small size, probably about an inch long. And as I've mentioned, if you can just about read it on the tank, we've got all of the species, we've got the Latin names, We've got the prices as well. Got some nice EBJDs, or electric blue Jack Dempseys. And then moving on, we've got some really nice Cribensis from Africa. And up top, we've got some super chili red Oscars, eagerly awaiting a bit of food, I think. We've got some polar parrots in this tank just here. And I've just spotted some giraffe catfish. Now they get very, very big. A stunning monster fish. Probably only about 3.5 inches or so. We've got some Texas cichlids. Got some Hyroseverums, or otherwise known as the turquoise severum. And then down here we've got some bay snooks, another unique species. Over here we've got what appears to be a Cynodontis catfish hiding in that tube, and we've got some silver dollars just in this tank. Moving round to our last section of the shop, it's just going to be this side just here and this side just here. Got some lovely Leprinus, some Acaras, got some red belly piranhas up top, and then we've got a Sarasalmus, I believe a black piranha, if I'm not mistaken. You can see him in there, next to a Thai flower horn. Now, these tanks are really high up. They're probably about 8 feet off the ground, 9 feet off the ground. So a little bit hard to reach those guys. Some yellow parrots down on the floor down here. I believe these are a type of Bricon tetra. Some gold severums. Some nice sun catfish in here, along with a ghost knife fish. And then some really small silver dollars there. I've got some leopard climbing perch, or the African bushfish, probably around 1 inch long. And then we've got some different species. I believe these might be a type of cichlid. Not sure, never kept this kind of cichlid before, but you'll be able to see that you've got the Latin names on the tanks there. Moving down, we've got some snakehead gudgeon. Now, these are really, really cool. Not fish I've seen in person. I believe these are a predatory fish. Very, very interesting species, alongside some Dumbo female fighters. And then we've got some Sicula intermedia peacock bass. Really, really small size, probably about 2 inches or so. And then we've got a few different gouramis. Got paradise fish here, lovely, lovely temperate water fish. Kissing gouramis, and then we're back up the top to our Abba Abba knife fish that we got to see feeding on those pellets on camera. And then last but not least, we've got this section of the fish house. Got some lovely rope fish. Beautiful looking fish. Very, very elegant, swimming around the water. One of my favourites, the Dacnoides microlepis, or the Indonesian tigerfish, along with some different species of Cynodontis catfish. And then we've got another puffer fish here. We've got a dragon puffer, one there, And you can see the other just hiding at the back of the tank. And then hiding in this tube next door, we've got a freshwater eel. Got some albino hot plows down in this aquarium. Some albino Senegal birches. And then back there, you'll be able to see, or hopefully see, we've got some Odeopikes, otherwise known as the African pike. So they are just tucked behind that sponge filter, trying to get the camera in focus there. See them just tucked behind that sponge filter, hiding away. Then we've got some more Synodontis. I believe these are the Petricola, like we saw on the African cichlid section. And then we've got some mollies, some swordtails, and some avocado puffers just up the top here. Very, very cute looking fish. We've got some African brown knives in this tank, as you can see hiding under the driftwood. And then some sheep pacu. Very similar to the pacu, that a normal standard pacu that get very, very big, and also quite similar looking to a silver dollar. And then coming across, we've got some giant gouramis in this tank just here. Fish that gets very big, as you can see in the glass, as it gets up to 20 inches. And that is the full tour of the tropical fish house here at Wharf. Now, I'm sure, as I've said throughout this video, I've probably missed quite a lot of tanks. You can just see the scale of it here if I pan back. With 5 tanks deep or 4 tanks deep, we've got absolutely hundreds of tanks that I could have filmed. Probably could have easily done a couple of hours filming every individual tank, but hopefully that gives you a rough overview on Wharf Aquatics. And I've just realised there's a whole section I've missed here, so better not stop the video, better get these on video as well, and then we can wrap it up at the end. We've got some clown knives in here, and a silver dacnoid, or Dacnoides pelota. We've got some interesting catfish. I believe they are a granulosus catfish. Got an albino Senegal bircher down there. And we've got some albino threadfin acara, very young albino Hecklei. We've got the Harlequin lance catfish, stunning looking fish. And then we've got some loach in this tank, some clown loaches and some barbs. Moving through, we've got some really nice Kelberry peacock bass, probably about 3.5 inches or so. And then moving down, we've got some more of the Bricon tetras. And then some more cynos down just at the base of the aquarium there. Now, one of my favourites that I'm glad I didn't miss is the stingrays. Now, we've got some black diamond stingrays in here. Now, it does say, unfortunately, these are all sold. But moving up, we've got some more. I believe these are the Raspy River stingrays, otherwise known as Scobina stingrays, which will be here. And we've also got some mini marbles. Now, it is quite difficult to tell the different species we've got. We've got 3 rays here, but they will be either a mix of the Hystrix, Scobina, and the mini marble or Matoro. Moving up, we've got some lovely discus in this tank, alongside an albino silver arowana. Beautiful colours to these. You've got your marble reds, yellows, your pigeon bloods. And we've got a nice selection of different, I think these are Guanacara, and also you've got your redhead Tepeos, Geophagus. Now, this is a beautiful catfish, the Wolf shovel nose. absolutely beautiful. Just check out the colours, and then we can see in the bottom there we've got some genus magoi. Lovely, lovely, smaller species of catfish that still get to a reasonable size. Some nice blue African tetras, as you can see there, a wild caught fish. Coming up to another tank of peacock bass, we got the Orinoco's, Cichla Orinoco. We've got some dollars in this tank here. Albino tinfoil barbs. And then a selection of angels and a really nice sunshine pleco just tucked away behind that driftwood there. And then down, last but by no means least, we've got these gudgeon, I believe they are, or a jade goby. Another fish that gets quite sizable, along with some catfish in the bottom there. Now that is that whole section, all of the tanks, which I nearly missed because, as I've said, Wharf Aquatics is absolutely huge. And we've got such a nice selection of fish. But that is definitely it. I've covered the majority of the tanks. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. And I've covered a lot of the oddball species. Now there will be a lot of species I've missed throughout this video. And I'm sure you would have seen them dotted throughout the tanks that I haven't been able to highlight. But if you are interested in any of the fish during this video, please feel free to contact Wharf Aquatics. I'll put a little link down in the description, and hopefully some of these fish will still be available for you. But that is the full fish house tour. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. That is the full tour of the tropical fish house here at Wharf Aquatics. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.